Yo, brothers! You're at home with a geek. I'm Mark, aka the Little Black Dude. Welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here and you love movies, TV shows, comic books, video games, and other things of a geeky nature, mash the subscribe button and be sure to ring my bell to be part of the notification squad. That way you know whenever I upload a new video. I'm currently sitting at 80 subscribers, and I appreciate every single brother and sister who checks out my insane rantings on pop culture. I'm only 20 subs away from my goal to start a monthly live stream, so you know what to do. Subscribe! Share my videos with fellow geeks who you believe would enjoy my brand of insanity, and you'll be helping me spread geekiness across the globe. On to today's topic. Are there movies so bad they are entertaining? Good movies are obviously well made and objectively interesting. They're entertaining, but not every entertaining movie is a good one. No two people like all the same movies, but there's a general consensus about which movies are good ones. The opposite, though, isn't true. It's just not. I'm a movie lover, though I don't get to see as many movies as I would like. And I find myself watching some of the same movies over and over and over and over and over because they remind me of better times. It's also been shown in studies that watching the same movies over and over help with both anxiety and PTSD, as knowing what's about to happen gives the viewer comfort and eases the mind. That fact aside, we watch movies that make us feel what we believe to be positive feelings. Entertainment is highly subjective, as some people say prefer Seinfeld over Frasier, or would rather watch an MST3K marathon rather than Masterpiece Theater. What entertains me may not entertain someone else, so it's necessary to provide some context. So, in the down low, tell me what your favorite bad movie is. Mine? Pootie Tang. Using a good movie that many people think is objectively well made, Batman, and a movie that many people didn't really like, but I had a frickin' ball watching, Batman Forever. We're going to compare a good movie to a movie that can be entertaining. Let's dive in. Let's begin with the Dark Knight himself, the Caped Crusader. From Batman, we have Michael Keaton, one of the best actors to put on the cape and cowl. Generally, he was thought to be awesome, and the only actor in the films before The Dark Knight to star in more than one Batman feature-length film. Michael Keaton had the right balance of Bruce Wayne and Batman, in my opinion, and was the only movie actor who felt right in both roles until Ben Affleck. Hate all you want, I was wrong about Batfleck. If you ask, who's the best movie Batman, chances are you'll hear Michael Keaton. Equal chance for Adam West. 66 pilot movie counts. Batman Forever, of course, had Val Kilmer. Though he is a decent actor, I never, ever wanted to see him as Batman. I should hate him as Batman, but he does some things, like I'll get drive-through, and his suit-up sequence are fun to watch for me. I do find him passable as Bruce Wayne, though. He's aloof enough to pass off the billionaire, playboy, philanthropist, or industrialist, whichever one you want to use in that sentence, that we've come to know, and gives just enough to sell the role. But I feel like he tries too hard as Batman and is much less the world's greatest detective. Though he is one of the few Batman actors to solve crimes by picking up clues and deduction, than I personally would have liked. Still, I enjoy how much he plays it up during the scenes with Two-Face. No Batman movie works without a villain. And for Batman, we had the Joker. Jack Nicholson's Joker is widely accepted as the best version of the Joker, with the debate often being between him and Heath Ledger, don't get me started, and Cesar Romero from the 60s show. And he's also the only Batman villain who could carry a movie solo. There was never any doubt that Joker made the original the best of the 90s Batman films. While comic purists will always have an issue with the Jack Napier/Joe Chill dichotomy, and the subsequent retcon in the newer comics, But there is no cutting the sheer awesomeness Jack Nicholson brought to both the role of the Joker and the high bar of Batman villains, as the baddies end up with the top billing in most of these movies, since they're usually the draw for the movies. You know you're getting Batman, but you never know which villain you're gonna get until the movie gets ready to come out. Just like Batman Returns, Batman Forever had a pair of villains to double the fun, as it were. And while Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face was a lot of fun, he felt unnecessary in comparison to Jim Carrey's Riddler, who was intense and overt in so many ways. While his character was altered from the canon of the comic, the Riddler was in no uncertain terms fun to watch, despite being poorly written and a little bit thin. But there's no doubt the Riddler was the main villain. The plot's driven mostly by Edward Nygma's brain box and his insidious plot. Two-Face is just in it for revenge on Batman, and it unfortunately shows. Anyone who likes this movie is probably like me and enjoyed their scenes together, which, unlike in Batman and Robin, were completely unnecessary and reinforced the ridiculousness of the characters. Tommy Lee Jones was a great casting in my mind, as he showed in other movies his range, and it creates the more fun image of Two-Face invoked by Batman the Animated Series. He has fun the whole movie with the whole fractured psyche part of the movie. It still baffles me why, but love interests are a staple in the Batman movies. And I honestly wish they weren't. But at least Vicky Vale had appeal. Dr. Chase Meridian was a poor example of a female lead, since after meeting the Caped Crusader, she used the freaking bat signal to try and seduce him. It was obvious the writers wanted to use a 90s era strong independent woman, so that they made Chase overly forward and sexy without thinking of whether it works for the film overall. Vicky Vale was at least interested, but wasn't in love with the suit or the psyche. She was in tune with the man and the bat, whether she liked it or not. Batman wasn't her focus during the course of the film, and she was an incidental victim. Chase was kind of forced into the role. Not really a good move overall, if you ask me. Then, of course, we have to bring up Robin. The original script for Batman for the 1989 movie did include the boy wonder, but in order to distinguish itself from the 60s Batman TV show, they dropped him out, which wasn't a bad idea. Batman was made to be darker and more serious, a la Frank Miller's Dark Knight Returns comic from around that same era. It worked quite well for the original film and was worth omitting Robin from the seminal story. Batman Forever introduced Dick Grayson, but instead of being the boy wonder we were so used to, he was a 20-something motorcycle riding bad boy. 1995, anyone? While his presence enhanced the movie a bit, I have to say Robin overall didn't fly with me. The dynamic between the duo wasn't given room to breathe, and Batman and Robin as a movie didn't exactly help that. I think the Batmobile is iconic enough that it didn't need a companion piece in either movie. But we gotta sell toys, right? Both movies at least give a strategy requiring extra vehicles, but I have to admit it's more a cash grab than anything in both cases. Both the Batmobile and the Batwing show up in both movies, and both are awesome. It's obvious that the Batman version of the Batwing was designed solely for that scene with the moon. Don't care what you say, that mess was awesome. But it still felt more iconic, and it wasn't quite as disposable as the Batman Forever Batwing. The Batboat, though. There's only two reasons the Batboat was in Batman Forever. First, to reveal Robin's new suit in the movie, and to have an excuse to make a toy to sell. We all remember the Super Friends Batman and Robin. I don't think there are many people who disagree that Batman was the superior movie of the two. Tim Burton's direction and vision worked so well for the world at the time, and made for a much more solid movie. Had it not been for a huge debacle involving Batman Returns and McDonald's, Batman Forever would have been a very different movie. Still, as bad as it is, it gives me a chuckle every time I watch it. Which do you think is more entertaining? Are you more a fan of decently crafted cinema that changed the direction of a genre? Or are you more into the schadenfreude-inducing camp that made cinematic history by being terrible? Let me know in the down low! It's been a pleasure comparing two of my favorite movies, even though one of them is cinematic garbage. It's just so much fun to run through different things like this. So anytime you guys have a suggestion, please leave me a comment in the down low. Let me know what's on your mind. I'm still working on a lot of the suggestions that you guys gave me a couple of videos ago, many of which were already in the works, which is pretty cool. That made me feel good because it means I'm on the same page with a lot of you. But I liked a lot of the stuff that you guys were talking about, so they are going to be coming. But until next time, this is the little black dude. Stay geek and proud.